Traditional
karate is a mental and physical art. It is based on the most effective use of the human body. This is accomplished through self-defense techniques without weapons. Technically speaking, traditional karate mainly uses punching, striking, kicking, blocking, and related techniques. Because the traditional karate competition was based on the art of self-defense, the one-point scoring used during competition required that sufficient impact power be used to deliver the single finishing blow. This finishing blow, which was delivered in a short span of time, ended the match. It was this principle of one blow to finish the match that led to the one-point scoring rule called ippon. Because a self-defense art cannot predict the size of the attacker, the traditional karate competition set no rules to govern the size or weight of the competitors. Therefore, in traditional karate, there are no weight categories. Now, I would like to explain the techniques of traditional karate. Traditional karate is basically composed of punching techniques, striking techniques, smashing techniques, kicking techniques, blocking techniques, and the related techniques used to execute these, such as the breaking of an opponent's balance. Traditional karate's offensive techniques require enough impact force to deliver the single finishing blow needed to stop the opponent. To generate this powerful impact force, traditional karate starts with an anchored position on the floor and proceeds to the stomach-hip level and then continues as a single powerful motion, either to the arm and hand to deliver the punch or to the leg and foot to kick. For example, the counterpunch known as gyakuzuki starts with the athlete anchored squarely on the floor. Leg action causes the hips to rotate. By so doing, the body's rotation power is transmitted upward from the hips through the chest, arm, and finally to the fist that delivers the punch. The simultaneous use of the body's shoulder and elbow motion as part of this unified body rotation results in increased speed and body momentum. When the fist reaches the target, the body momentum must have marshaled together so much of the body's total power that the result is a single, massive explosion of this body power at the split second the punch is delivered. So exacting is this principle that the finishing blow requires an impact force of 150 to 180 kilogram weight delivered in 1/100th of a second at the point of contact. To create the impact force required, the punch must be a total body contraction. It is this sharp contraction that allows the focused concentration of body power in a single split second. This contraction permits the retention of physical balance as the punch is delivered. Once balance is disrupted, the value of the body momentum is destroyed. Understanding this, one can see the impossibility of delivering a finishing blow when it is a reflex snapback action without body contraction, or a punch delivered from a weak stance. The impact force is not enough. Clearly, the principle of impact force resulting in the finishing blow is the basis of the traditional karate. At competition time, it is these finishing blow techniques that are recognized as point scoring. In Kumite, two athletes meet in a floor area 8 meters square for a match of 2 minutes duration. The competition involves offensive and defensive techniques. The first competitor to receive 1 point is declared the winner. Contact is prohibited. If contact occurs, the offender is disqualified. Judging of the competition is performed by 5 court judges. These are the 4 corner judges and the 1 referee. The conduct of the competition is overseen by the referee. 1 arbitrator is the arbiter of the match operation in accordance with the competition rules. Ippon is defined as 1 point awarded for a technique having the proper impact power, correct timing, and correct distance that results in the finishing blow. In addition to the recognition of sufficient impact power, timing and distance must also be recognized in order for Ippon to be awarded. Timing is the delivery of a technique at precisely that moment when the opponent's mental and physical levels are disjoined. Distance refers to the recognition of sufficient reach and correct position to deliver the finishing blow. Sufficient body momentum and contraction are recognized on the basis of sufficient impact power for a finishing blow. The technique delivery is timed at that moment when the opponent cannot block it. The technique also has sufficient reach so that the requirement of correct distance is met. Once these factors are recognized in the technique, it is awarded Ippon. This punching sequence demonstrates good timing since the opponent is not able to block the technique execution. However, there is insufficient body momentum force. The snap-back fist action does not provide momentum force to the target. Therefore, there is insufficient impact power. The technique is not recognized as point scoring. This kicking sequence shows good timing in that the opponent's mental attention is momentarily distracted upward, whereupon the technique is simultaneously executed to the stomach level. The technique has enough body momentum force and correct distance to be recognized as point scoring. This kicking technique does not use the knee snap action. Because of this, the speed of the technique is very slow and the momentum force is deficient. The contact time is also too long, thereby resulting in too little impact power. This technique is not recognized as point scoring. Contact is prohibited. The impact power must be recognizable within 5 centimeters of the face area or 3 centimeters of the stomach area. Sufficient reach must also be recognized. These athletes are required to expend the body momentum force and resulting impact power at 1/100th of a second to permit the maximum technique function. These athletes can then execute impact power to any location. Traditional karate competition is non-contact, making it one of the safest sports in the world. However, when an athlete does make a mistake and accidental contact occurs during punching or kicking, the result in most cases is a minor superficial skin injury. The reason is that the contact is purely accidental, taking place after the impact power has been expended. Such contact, therefore, has insufficient force. In addition, the athletes develop a serious, respectful attitude and self-control by their participation in these non-contact competitions. In kumite competition, there are 4 corner judges and 1 referee. Scoring decisions are reached by majority vote of the court judges. Point scoring techniques are very clearly seen. For example, total body momentum and body contraction in the case of a punching technique are easily recognizable. Kicking techniques using total body momentum are also easy to recognize, especially when multiple kicks are not possible in a very short span of time. Those momentary lapses when the opponent's mental and physical levels are disjoined are also readily recognizable. The 5 court judges make it possible to look at the competition from 5 angles. Therefore, correct distance may also be evaluated easily. By actual execution and by virtue of its exacting competition rules, the factor of human error in competition judging is reduced to the barest minimum. Traditional karate, everyone's art of self-defense.